Alright, so good morning. Today we're going to continue on our discussion in Earth and Life Science. So, our most essential learning competency to accomplish for today is to identify the common rock forming minerals using their physical and chemical properties. So, here we are going to talk about the physical and chemical properties of the minerals which can be used to identify them. Okay, paano natin sila identify kung anong klaseng minerals sila using their physical and chemical properties. Okay, so when you hear the word minerals, ano yung common na pumapasok sa isip natin? Okay, di ba naririnig natin mineral water? Okay, or probably ang naisip natin ay yung mga mini-mina sa mga kabundukan. Okay, so what is minerals? What are minerals nga ba? Okay, so what is a mineral? So, we can define a mineral by talking about the mineral's characteristics. Okay, ano-ano ba yung mga katangian ng mga minerals? Okay, una, a mineral is natural, meaning it occurs naturally at hindi siya gawa ng tao. Okay, number two, it is inorganic, meaning it is not alive and was never alive. Okay, ano ibig sabihin nito? Pag sinabi kasi nating organic means something that is living or that is formerly living. Okay? So itong inorganic, itong mga minerals, they are inorganic, meaning hindi sila nabubuhay at never silang nabuhay. Although sometimes we use minerals as supplements sa mga kinakain natin kasi our body needs minerals then in order to function well. Okay? But it is not alive and was never alive. Number three, it has crystalline structure, meaning yung atoms ay naka-arrange in a pattern just like this one. Okay, so you see here yung pattern ng silicon, yung maliliit na dots. Okay, and oxygen, yung mga malalaking dots. Okay, ito yung mga silicon, ito yung mga oxygen. So, mayroon silang pattern na sinusundan. Okay, creating this crystalline structure. Okay. Next, it has definite chemical composition. Okay, so as you see here, ito yung ating quartz. Okay, so mayroon siyang chemical formula. At anong chemical formula ng quartz? SiO2. Meaning that isang Si, isang silicon, and dalawang oxygen. Okay, so definite yung chemical composition na yan. Hindi pwedeng maiba. Hindi pwedeng SiO3, hindi pwedeng Si2O, or whatever. Okay, SiO2 lang talaga for quartz. Next, it is solid. Okay, ibig sabihin, it cannot be gas, it cannot be a liquid. Okay, maaaring magtanong kayo, ano yung mineral water, sir? Bakit siya tinawag na mineral water? Okay, so baka malito kayo. Ibig sabihin nun, kung mineral water yan, may halo siyang minerals. It doesn't necessarily mean na that mineral is liquid. Okay, ibig sabihin lang nun, that kind of water ay may halong minerals na nandoon sa kanya nakamix. Okay? So it cannot be gas, it cannot be liquid. Okay, so these are the characteristics of all minerals. So what is a mineral? 1, it is natural. 2, it is inorganic. 3, it has crystalline structure. 4, it has definite chemical composition. And 5, it is solid. Ayan, so for you to easily remember, isipin nyo lang, now I can define minerals. Ayan. Next. Let's talk about the physical properties naman of minerals that can be used to identify them. Okay, first one is yung color. Color is the first impression. Bakit siya first impression? Because it is the first thing that we see sa isang mineral, yung kanyang kulay. However, it is not very reliable because lots of minerals can occur in many different colors. For example, quartz. Ayan, so it can appear in different colors. Okay, maaaring maging yellowish. Yellow ba yan? Or this is a clear one. So, what if makakita ka ng isang clear na quartz? Since ang naisip ka agad natin pag clear na crystal ay diamond, di ba? So, hindi siya reliable way of identifying a mineral kasi nga maraming mga minerals ang pare-pareho ang kulay. Another example, yung fluorite. So, you see, meron din siyang clear na kulay. So, sometimes you don't know if it is fluorite or if it is quartz or if it is diamond. Okay? Ayan. So, that is color. Next, streak. What is a streak naman? It is the true color of a mineral. Bakit siya tinawag na true color? Because it is the color of a mineral's powder kapag kinuskus mo na siya. So for this, we are using yung tinatawag nating ceramic plate or porcelain plate. Okay, so here, kinukuskus natin yung isang mineral. For example, this one appears black. So yung kanyang color is black. But the true color or the streak is red-brown in color. Okay? So, yan yung ating true color. Yung lumabas na streak niya. Okay? Now, however, itong streak can only be used if the mineral is softer than than 7 dun sa hardness niya. Kasi meron tayong, mamaya pag-usapan natin yung hardness. Okay, meron tayong levels. Kapag ka 7 below yung kanyang hardness level, pwede siyang gamitan ng ceramic plate or porcelain plate tile. Pero kapag ka 7 pataas, meaning masyado ng matigas, hindi na kaya ng porcelain tile natin. Okay? Ayan, so that is streak. Next, ito yung hardness na sinabi natin kanina. So hardness is a mineral's resistance to being scratched. Okay, so ibig sabihin, kapag mas matigas, mas mahirap siyang i-scratch. Kapag mas malambot, mas madali siyang i-scratch. So, we use yung tinatawag nating Mohs hardness scale from 1 to 10. Okay, ngayon yung hardness, nakadepende yan kung gaano ka siksik yung mga atoms niya. Okay, so loob. Pag masyadong siksik, dikit-dikit at tight yung pagkakapak ng mga atoms, mas matigas yung mineral. Kapag mas malalayo sa isa't isa, mas malambot. So here is the Mohs hardness scale. So softest natin is talc and pinakamatigas natin si diamond. Now, sabi dyan, sabi dito, a mineral's resistance to being scratched. Okay, so ibig sabihin nito, ang mataas ang resistance to being scratched is diamond. Pinakamahina naman ang resistance na ma-scratch is talc. That means, for example, si quartz, ang kanyang level of hardness is 7. So, lahat ng 7 below ay kaya niyang i-scratch. Kaya niyang gasgasan lahat ito. Pero, hindi siya kayang gasgasan ng mga yan. Okay? So, ibig sabihin din nito, si diamond na pinakamatigas, number 10, kaya niyang i-scratch lahat ito, pero walang makaka-scratch sa kanya. Okay? Because it is the hardest. And it has the highest number sa ating hardness scale. Okay? So, here are the actual pictures ng mga yan. So, this is talc. Sobrang lambot lang yan. Pwede yung kuskusin using your finger. This one naman is the diamond na napakatigas. Okay? Next, cleavage. So, minerals can split along definite planes. So, pwedeng flat. Pwedeng dalawang sides. Pwedeng tatlo. Okay, and so on. Okay, so from the word itself, to cleave means to split. So, nag-split sila sa mga definite planes. Okay? Ayan. So, for example, ito, sa isang plane lang sila nahati. Paganyan lang. This one, dalawang plane, paganyan, at paganito. Okay, this one, 3-dimensional, paganyan, paganito, at paganon. Okay? Ito naman, halos same lang, naka-slant lang siya. Okay, so pag nag-split sila, dyan lang sila sa mga planes na yan, nag-split, nahati, nag-break. Okay, next, number 5, fracture. They break irregularly and it has jagged edges. Yan, so hindi sila smooth yung pagkaka-fracture nila. Okay, mayroong mga edges na jag. Okay. Next, luster. So luster is how light shines off a mineral. So it could either be metallic or non-metallic. Ano yung ipanagkaiba nitong dalawa? Ayan, so look at this. So kapag yung luster niya maganda, nag-shine off yung light sa kanya ng maayos, nagre-reflect, it could appear like a metal. So it is metallic. Okay, this one naman, ina-absorb lang niya yung light. That's why it appears dull. Non-metallic naman ito. Okay, in short, pag makintab or hindi makintab. Yan. So again, so here are the physical properties of minerals that can be used for identification: color, streak, hardness, cleavage, fracture, and luster. Next, special properties naman. So from the word special means hindi lahat ng minerals ay mayroong ganitong properties. So first one is magnetism. It is attracted to a magnet. Specifically kapag yung mineral ay may halong iron, cobalt, or nickel. Mayroon din tayong mga minerals, mga bato na mayroong magnetism. For example, ang tawag natin sa kanila is magnetite. Okay, ito yung pag tinamaan sila ng kidlat, nag-align yung kanilang mga magnetic domains sa isang linya lang. That's why nagkakaroon siya ng dalawang poles. Nagiging magnetic sila. Next, double refraction. So if you look through it, may makikita kang double refraction ng image nung nasa kabila. Okay? Ayan. Okay, next one is fluorescence. So what is fluorescence? Some minerals glow under ultraviolet or UV light. So pag inilawan silang UV, sila ay nag-glow just like this one. So as you can see, ayan, so they glow into different colors. Okay? Another example. Ito yung UV light na tinatawag natin. Okay. Next one. Phosphorescence naman is when they continue to glow even after UV light has been removed. So meron silang capability na parang i-trap yung photon or yung light na tumatama sa kanila. So just like this one, kahit wala ng UV light, siya pa rin ay nag-glow. Okay? And so phosphorescence. And number 5 is piezoelectric. So electricity is generated from pressure. Kapag pinipitpit yung mineral ay nag-degenerate siya ng electricity. Example nito ay yung nasa lighter. Kung na-try nyo nang tanggalin yung pangkuryente na part ng lighter, okay, mayroon dong parang bato na kapag pinrest nyo yun ay mapipitpit yung bato, kaya nag-generate siya ng spark, okay, o ng kuryente. So piezoelectric ang tawag natin doon. Okay, so ayan. So example niyan is quartz. Pag pinipitpit, nagkakaroon ng electricity. So those are the special properties of some minerals. Okay, magnetism, double refraction, fluorescence, phosphorescence, and piezoelectricity. Next, identification test naman. So one is yung sinabi na natin kanina, hardness, kano katigas. Number 2, streak. Okay, yung true color pag kinuskus mo. And number 3 is acid test. By using hydrochloric acid, it tests for carbonate, like for example calcite. Okay, so that is all for today. So I hope you learned something. Activity will follow later.